Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the fifth layout using the July Hip Kit. And here's some of the stuff that I might be using: some October Afternoon Daily Flash flare buttons, some puffy stickers also from the October Afternoon Summertime Collection. I have some crate paper, journey pattern paper, some October Afternoon, quite a bit of October Afternoon. And I thought of again using a little mason jar for this page, but I don't end up using it. And I thought I didn't have any pictures for this layout, so that's what I was doing there. I was just picking out a picture to print on my Canon selfie, and then I go down a little bit more and I had some pictures printed, which I'm just going to end up putting aside and just doing another layout with them. So I'm going to use this crate paper poolside pattern paper as my background, and it's a nice craft color. And the back side is a diagonal line in black and cream, but I'm going to end up using this. So this is the picture that I have printed on my Canon selfie. I put two pictures on one, and that's what I like about the Canon selfie, is that I can still get a few pictures on one layout, but it's because I find 2 4x6 it takes a lot of real estate on your layout, but I still managed to get two pictures this way. It's 2 3x4, and I still have lots of room to play. So I'm going to take this template that was from Amy Tan from last month's kit, or maybe the month before, and then I took the transparent matte texture paste, and it's exactly what it says. It's a texture paste, but it's transparent, and actually mine is glossy, so once it's dry it's kind of glossy. And what it does is when you put it on, it's kind of murky looking, like you can see it on your page, but then as it dries it becomes transparent, and what it does, it becomes like a resist. So I tried drying it with my heat tool and it wasn't working, so I was just like, I'll just put it aside, work on my layers, and then once it's done I'll keep going with it. So I had put with my kit this 6x6 pattern paper pad from Simple Stories, and I like bringing in a 6x6 pattern paper pad because then what it does, it just stretches your kit, because things like mounting your photos, it takes a lot of pattern paper and you don't get to see it very much. I don't mind using scraps for that, like that crate paper journey pattern paper. It was just a scrap, so it was perfect. So I mounted it first on the 6x6 pattern paper, and then the crate paper journey, and then I just started using pattern paper from what was in the kit, because at this point it's bigger than the 6x6, if that makes any sense, because the first, where my photo is 4x6, and with the Canon selfie it prints a little smaller than 4x6, so the photo fits on that, a 6x6 pattern paper. But then as your mat gets bigger, your photo doesn't fit anymore, so then you have to use bigger pieces of pattern papers. So I'm going to use that October Afternoon that kind of has a funky pattern to it, and then I'm going to use that chevron, and I'm just making, I think I end up with 6 layers of pattern papers underneath, 6 or 7. And so I'm taking scraps and I'm just putting whatever I can grab and put underneath. And I've noticed that sometimes when I hit, because I had stopped the recording and then this is a new day or whatever, and you can tell like it's all pixelated, and I don't know what the hey, it only does it sometimes. I even started before I hit record, I take a cloth and I clean my camera, like my phone, I clean I know I don't need to clean the front, because like where you actually push the buttons, because that's not how I record. I record with the other side, but I do that and I do the other side, and still sometimes it does this, and I don't understand. I tried to Google it, and I don't know, it was giving me some weird answers, nothing that kind of related to sort of what's happening to me. So, and it's only doing it once in a while, and it's going to stop here in a minute. And so I just played with the layers like this, and I'm trying to dry. This texture paste still wasn't dry, so now I'm trying to zap the rest of it to dry with my heat tool, and because I want to do some resist. See, now I haven't turned off my camera or anything, and that pixelation garbage has stopped. So I don't know what it is, but so now that the paste is pretty much dry, I'm first of all going to glue everything down. So I'm going to use my ATG gun, and I'm going to stick all the layers. And I don't know, I took that October afternoon pattern paper with that's teal with the white dots, and I don't know if I want to make everything go vertical or horizontal. And it's, you know what, it really throws you off when you don't have that background pattern paper to work on, you know, like, because it's still wet, so I don't want to use it. And I'm a very visual, hands-on kind of person. Even that's how I learn. I got to see it, but I also got to do it. But anyway, so not seeing that background pattern paper was really throwing me off. So I still tried to, you know, go along and try to get sort of the base of my layout done. I'm trying to get through this kit for July, and I don't believe it, on August 13th, and that I don't think I've ever gotten a kit this early, but on August 13th, I got my August kit. I was like, what? In July, I got my kit like on the 28th or something. And now 2 weeks later, I get my August kit, which, okay, whatever. It'll just have to sit there until my July kit is done, which I'm coming along. I think I'm starting page number 10. So I only have, you know, maybe 5 or 6 layouts left to do, and then I'll be done. But I was really surprised to have it, you know, show up on my doorstep that early. I haven't even opened it to look at it yet, because I don't want to get tempted. I need to finish a kit before I start something else. And right now, which is very sort of abnormal for me, I'm actually working on the July kit, and I'm working on the class. And I'm usually that kind of person that I have to work on one thing until it's all done, and then I move on to something else. So I'm already juggling 2 things. So for my brain, that's already too much. So and it's kind of funny, because my job, we have to have, you know, 12 balls in the air at you know, at one time, all the time. And that's probably why here I want to get one thing done and then move on to something else, because I like that control. I like to be able to get the whole thing done and then move on to the next. And one thing too is, because if I start on a new thing, then the older kit is not going to be as attractive to me anymore, and I won't want to finish it. So that's one of the biggest reasons. But anyway, I think now the texture paste is dry enough, so I'm going to take a distress ink, and I think it's frayed burlap is the color that I had of it. It's a nice brown, and I just added it to some packaging. I added some water. I'm going to flip it over, and that packaging was just too big, so I just went and got a smaller packaging. And now I'm just putting it over the texture paste, and then I'm going to take a cloth and dry off. Sorry, not dry off, but wipe off the ink that is sitting on top of the texture paste. and it basically acts as a resist. So where I'm wiping off, you can see the triangles from the template and the texture paste, and I really like that. And you can see the pattern paper underneath. And now I want to add more texture, so I'm taking another template from, I think it was Amy Tangerine, and it's just some straight lines, and I'm just adding more straight lines. And I found that the triangles didn't stick out enough, and now I'm just using a dauber and I'm just adding some ink, and you can tell like those triangles are really popping now, and I really like that. And I'm going to take another baby wipe, and I'm just going to kind of clean that off, and they're going to pop up, pop off the page even more. And now I like the way that this is going, so I'm going to start gluing everything down. And then I'm going to start working on the embellishment clusters. And I'm not, that pattern paper with the dots was, 12 inches long, but I don't want it to go all the way across. So I'm just kind of making it hang over, and then I'm just going to cut whatever's hanging off the page right off. And I'm just going to use one of the thickers that came on the Crate Paper Poolside as my title, and it just says summer. And then there was a whole bunch of kites that came on that Crate Paper Poolside chipboard sticker sheet, and I'm going to use those kites, and I'm just going to put them above the frame. And then I'm going to use some of the cording that came with the mason jars, and I'm just going to add some little cords under the kites so that they actually look like kites. Now I'm looking at the washi tapes to see if there's anything that I'm gonna want to use. I tried to bring in that, I think it's October Afternoon pattern paper. The back side is that ray of sunshine, and the other side are the chevrons in different colors. I tried to use it several times, just as little arrows, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going through the 6x6 pattern paper again, and I'm trying to see if there's any little embellishments that I could use as grounding elements for my embellishment clusters. There was quite a bit of embellishments in this kit, but the packaging of die cuts only had like 20 some, and it was all related to eating. So now I'm going through my 6x6 pattern paper, and I'm just using little pieces to kind of start my embellishment clusters, because I like to start my embellishment clusters with paper or washi tape, or something flat, and then I build on top of that, and then I use like I said, then you start using different shapes on top of it just to make the cluster more appealing and more diversified. And at the beginning I was talking about my class, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm really going to kind of focus on. And these videos, I mean, it's 16 minutes long, but it goes by really quickly, so I feel like I have to race to kind of go through the video and tell you what I did. So I'm going to do a little bit more of kind of slowing down and kind of telling you exactly the kind of stuff that I think about when I put these pages together. But anyway, back to the layout. These pictures are of Mason when we took him to the park back in July, and he's so funny. Like, he just wears a hat all the time, and now it was so easy to get him to to wear sunglasses, because it's so much healthier for their eyes, right, if they wear UV protected sunglasses. And so I got a good picture of him with the little sunglasses, and he just looks so serious, with and I'm going to do another page of him with his glasses and stuff, and what he says. But so we got him this little hat at the New England Aquarium, and it's a little shark hat, and he just loves it. So we had gotten home the night before, and we took him to the park the day after. And so he had just gotten that hat, so he's wearing it. So I'm just going to document about how we took him to the park, and actually he's wearing his new sneakers too that we got him in the States. So it's so funny. He loves clothes. Like, he just loves when we buy him clothes. And so I'm working on the kites, and like I said, I'm adding some cording, and then I'm going to add an enamel dot and then a puffy sticker. And then I added a few puffy stickers, a flare, and I ended up using quite a bit of chipboard stickers from that Crate Paper Poolside collection. And I ended up using one of those frames, and I can't remember if that's from Crate Paper or October Afternoon, because I know one month we got one from Crate Paper Poolside, and the next month it was October Afternoon. And I went from one kit to the other so fast that I don't remember what it is. But if you go look at my July Hip Kit or on the Hip Kit Club site, then you can see exactly what was included in the July kit. And that's it. Here are some pictures of all the embellishment clusters and the pages done. And thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, because I add a video every second day. So thanks for watching. Bye.